Here I have the bare bones kit of the Printrbot Smalls, so this should just be frame and a couple other pieces in there. So I'm going to cut it open and see what's inside. So inside we have one single bundle of everything bubble wrapped together. And again, it is the bare bones kit, so this is really just the frame and any of the hardware needed to put it together. Got to print my own parts, got to add my own motors, all that fun stuff. So let's take a look here, let's see if we can find the edge of the tape. Make this easy to open up. Alright, so with all the bubble wrap out of the way, gonna just rip into this bag and see what's inside. Again, this is just a frame, gotta print my own parts, gotta add my own motors, my own printer board, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to do all of that. And here we have the packing slip. You can find this on the website if you want to read it a little closer, but this is pretty much just a short list of parts because it's just the bare bones kit. Set that aside. So here we have the screws, hardware bag, and here we have what looks like the Z sensor. Let's grab the parts out of here, get a hold of the frame. And here we've got the Y-axis arm in the bag here still. Just gotta kind of get this around that folded end there, and it looks really good. And there's the, of course, Acme rod, which is pretty common to all printer bots. If you've had a printer bot before, yeah, you're pretty familiar with this piece here. And I can actually see in bag F there's the Delrin piece that it'll go into. But anyways, onto this Y-axis arm. This feels pretty good. Nice to see something like this after coming from an era of originally laser cut wood printer bots. Really nice to see a metal arm like this. And of course, eager to see just quite how many of these frame pieces there are. I really want to get a feel for these. Looks like a really nice printer. From all the photos I've seen, so I just want to really put these pieces in my hands for the first time. Alright, I'm just going to lay these down so you can see all the parts, and here you can actually see on these other ones all the rectangular slits here where bearings will be attached. Bearings are not included in the bare bones kit. You should ideally be taking an old printer apart. I'm going to be pulling apart an old wooden printer and be taking the bearings from that. Let's lay these out so you can see all of these parts. They look really, really good, and they got a nice weight to them. Print bed, and let's lay this guy down, and I'm just going to sort of space everything out here so you can see all of it. And really don't want to try to name all of them because I'm not really sure what each piece is, but give you a chance to see what all of them are. Print bed, of course, is this guy here. He's familiar to me, but the other one's not as much. And this little package here, this is the first time seeing this sensor for the Z-axis. I'm going to rip this open so you can get a close look at it. I actually have never had one like this before, so eager to try it out. So of course the Z coupler, very familiar. If you've had a printer bot before, it's the same. And this is the Delrin block here, where the Z, the threaded rod, goes through, and pretty common again. But this is different. This is the first time it's been one of these pieces. For the induction sensors of the past, you had to mount in sort of peculiar way, so this seems like a nice change. And then, of course, the hardware bag. You can see all the screws in there, kind of shuffled around a bit. I think you might find rubber feet in there or other things like that. And looks pretty thorough. Quite a lot of pieces here. And for a bare bones kit, I'm glad they included all the screws because I wouldn't have wanted to have to go and source all of these myself. This is looking really good. There's about the same as any other printer bot when it comes to screws to put it together. And that's pretty much everything here as you see it right now. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to build. Again, I got to print some parts, but that'll be plenty of fun.